Hello everyone, welcome. This is Jessica with Jessica Grace Homes with eXp Realty, and today we're going to be talking all about Boston real estate market. Okay, we are a small real estate team here in the Boston area and the surrounding towns. So if you are looking for a dedicated realtor, okay, to help you find a home or sell your home in the Boston area, surrounding towns, and the bus stops in the town of Worcester, okay, please feel free to reach out. There's a link below that will take you directly to this website here, and you can get in here, create a login, or just search for the homes that we have on sale right now with our brokerage firm and everything else in the Massachusetts market. Okay, so let's get on to the video. Okay, so in this video I'm going to give you basically the tips on how to navigate the market right now. Okay, it's currently January 2021, okay, and we are still in a crisis when it comes to the economy. Okay, on top of our health crisis, we are also dealing with this whole other craziness that's going on. Now, it might seem right now that buying a house is the last thing that anyone should do, but there's a need for it, and everyone is different, okay? And I have these people broken down into three categories, okay? There are three different categories that you'll fall in if you are a home buyer right now in the Boston or surrounding areas, okay? Either one, you are an investor and you're looking to buy a multifamily and put renters in there, okay, and get yourself some passive income. Or two, you are looking to find a home but sell it within the next 5 years and make a profit, okay, as well as, you know, turn your rent and expense into equity, okay. And number three, you have no thought of the future plans, okay. All you know is that you need a place to live, and you need a place that will allow you to build equity in the long term, okay? You don't have plans to sell, you just want a place to live, and you want it to be in Boston or the surrounding towns, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys, these home buyers, a few tips, and then we're gonna quickly move over to people who are looking to sell, and I'm gonna give them some tips, okay? So let's jump in. Home buyers, people who are looking to buy homes, okay? If you are an investor right now, okay, you should be on the market looking, okay? I wouldn't suggest buying anything that you see, okay, but I will suggest you being on the market and looking around and seeing if there's a good fit for your numbers, okay? And if you reach out to us, we have back end reports that we pull, and we can help you get to that, you know, perfect number or get to that perfect plan, okay? So when something comes on the market, you will be right in the forefront, ready to go, okay? And people like that, let's quickly go over here, go over to Zillow, okay? And when I talk about investors, I want you to open your mind and try to expand your thought a little bit more, okay? The Boston market, it's not so big, but it's big at the same time. There's a lot of properties in Boston, and there's also a lot of young population, okay, in the Boston market. If I quickly go over to the market trends right now, and show you basically how the Boston population is divided, okay? You have people between the ages of 20 to 34 accounting for about 35% of the population in Boston, and you have people from 35 to 54 accounting for 25%, okay? That is a good chunk of the population that is able-bodied, that's working, okay, that need a place to live, okay? So they are definitely going to remain in their current situation, okay? Now, it's not to say that people will not move out and look for opportunities elsewhere in terms of housing, but Boston has a lot of jobs, okay? And these people are in their prime working years, so they will need a place to live. On top of that, the other subset, the other, chunk of people living in Boston are young people that are focused on school. There are 195 schools in Boston, and if you don't know, here in Boston, we have Harvard, we have Northeastern, we have a lot of great schools, a lot of private schools as well, okay? Ranging from pre-K, actually, well, not pre-K, but ranging from charter schools, public schools, private schools, lots of private schools. So you know that people are bringing their kids over to Boston to get into these expensive and expensive schools, okay? So for the passive income, or two, they don't want to let go because of the tenants that are in these homes already, okay? So if you're an investor, what I would suggest for you to do is to keep tabs on the market, okay? And keep looking for deals, okay, inside of the Boston market to see when the trend changes and when people start to sell their homes for lesser than the past 6 months average price is, okay? Now another thing that an investor would do is to basically look around the surrounding towns and see if there are opportunities there, but I usually tell investors to just keep their pulse on the market and keep updated, okay? Now let's jump into the next group of people here, and that would be people who are looking to move into a place and live in there to basically flip the house, okay? They're looking to move in, build equity, and get out within the next 5 years or so, okay? For these people, I would not recommend them to buy in the Boston market because they would be looking at, if I could pick any random home right here, you would see what I mean, okay? You will see that you're going to be buying a house, a condo, okay? Not even a house. You'd be buying a condo for $775, okay? For about roughly a little bit less than 800 square foot, okay? That's a lot of money for a little bit of space, okay? And there isn't much room for you to flip that, okay? Unless you are in a very prime area and you're doing a lot to the space, okay? We don't know where this market is going, okay? In the next 5 years, we're not sure if the Fed will increase the rates and people will start trying to rush out of their properties, or people will start trying to rush into properties because they're afraid of having to to have a high interest rates on their mortgages. So we're not sure. But if you have to hold on to anything and you have a chance to get into the market right now, the best decision would be to buy something that isn't overpriced, okay? And that's why I would recommend that people who have that mindset to look around the Boston town. And the reason why I say that is because if we compare the average home, okay, of Boston, let's put single families here, okay? The average home in this past week that was sold was about 1.3 million, okay? If you look at the surrounding town of Waltham, and let me show you where Waltham is right now. Waltham is about 2 towns away from Cambridge, okay? Let's see right here. And if you're trying to say, oh, why not Cambridge? Well, Cambridge is very expensive, okay? It's not a Boston. It's a Boston surrounding town. It's not a Boston proper town, but it's very expensive because it's very close and people like to commute from there, okay? So you're looking for a good deal. You're looking for a good deal and to use your interest rate, the proper way. So you want to look at the surrounding towns like Waltham, okay, or Watertown. If you look at Waltham, okay, which is close to the highway, so you can quickly get in and out of Boston if you work in Boston, you are looking, let's see here. Let's look here, okay. let's look here. In the last 3 years, okay, the average per square foot of a home in Waltham is about 360. If you compare that to Boston, past 3 years, the average price has been $629. Okay, that's nearly double for a location that you can quickly get in and out of Waltham by jumping onto I-90, okay, and it will take you straight into Boston, okay? You could even get onto some of these, I believe the Red Line goes all the way, the Boston train system takes people out here, and you could probably park your car and get on a train. And I think there's probably a fee to park on those spots, but you could probably get in and out of Boston, okay, and spend half the money that you would buying inside of Boston proper, okay? Especially when you are going to be living inside the home, you don't really have much of an option because you're not an investor per se, but you do see the value in buying something at a good price and being able to make some profit when you're ready to get out of it, okay, in the next 5 years, okay? So we would recommend you looking at the outside towns that will still enable you to get to work if need be, okay? If you're not working remotely, you can still be able to get in and out of Boston, okay? And if you're ready to sell, it will sell quicker because you have the advantage of being closer to Boston, so you have more buyers coming in and out to look at your property when you do decide to sell, okay? So that's what we tell people who are looking at that type of purchase, okay? And then the last one I would say, people who are just trying to buy a place to live in and they have no plans of selling, they're just regular people who are not, they just want to make sure that their rental payments is growing and becoming equity, okay? They don't want to pay rent, they want to build equity, okay? These people can benefit from looking around the Boston surrounding towns. However, a quick tip that I want to tell people, if you're watching this video and you're just a regular person trying to buy a home, okay, look into going a little bit further, okay? Look, especially with the work from home that's happening right now, look into going a little bit further. The reason that I say this, that we are seeing an uptick of single family homes increasing in price. A typical example would be the town of Worcester, for example, right up here, town of Worcester. And the town of Worcester is a busy town, okay? It's almost like a little city. If you've ever been to the town of Worcester, it's almost like its own little city. It has a downtown, it has a lot of people, it's very diverse, and it also has its suburbs where, you know, you have people who like privacy and who prefer a certain school system. Worcester has everything that you actually need, okay? And I use Worcester as an example because we are seeing an uptick in single family homes, okay? Single family homes are selling like hotcakes, okay? Anytime it comes to the market, it doesn't last, it just goes right off the market, okay? That's because people who don't have a need to be in the Boston metro area, why pay $1.5 million for, you know, a single family home in the Boston area when you can be living in Framingham, Southborough, Northborough, and these towns are right here. You can just go out here, you can see. You could be living anywhere around Natick, Framingham, Southborough, Marlborough, okay? Especially Marlborough, because you can just get on Route 20 and quickly jump off to 90 and be in Boston if you actually need to, okay? It will probably take you an hour or so, or an hour or less, maybe, depending on traffic. These people should be looking at single family homes because we estimate that the trend for single family homes, the demand for it right now is so great that it will continue into the next several years. We're not sure if anything else will come into the market in terms of like decisions by the Fed, but this is what the uptick trend is showing. And if you actually think about it, if people are moving from trying to work from home three days a week, 1 day a week, or whatever, okay, they're gonna need the space. So we understand why people are moving from these dense areas into the more, I guess, rural, suburbs areas where you get more land, more space. You can have an office if you want it. You can build your another office on the outside of your house. A little studio shed. It gives you more opportunities to do more with your space. So people like that in the bucket should look into that. And like I said, look around the surrounding towns, okay? I even forgot area, okay? But we're all done with people who are looking to buy. That's our tips for people, for those home buyers, okay? Now, people who are looking to sell, you fall into basically 3 categories, okay? People who have made their money and they don't have a need to be in the market, okay? If you bought a house at $200,000, I don't know, 10 years ago in the Boston area, okay, whether it was a foreclosure, whatever, you bought it, you got a good deal, you 10x'd your money on it, okay? Now would be a good time to sell, okay? You don't need some good interest rate unless you borrowed money on your mortgage there, you borrowed money from your bank using your house as a collateral, then of course you are in trouble. But if you have no need, yeah, why not, okay? Right now, as things are, we are not sure where things are going. So if you have over 10 next to your money, probably a good time to look at what the home is worth and what you can get on top of what your home is worth right now, because why not? Most people are looking and inventory is low. So it's a good time to see what you can actually get for your house, okay? Now, the second group of people would be people who have to move because they don't have a choice. And these people, guess what? You're going to need someone to help you with that. Why not reach out to me or to my team to see if we can get a dedicated person to help you, give you an estimate of what's going on with your house. You can come to our website here, click on thinking about selling right here, and then it will walk you through, put your address in here and get an estimate of your home value. You can talk to one of us. We can help you from there, okay? Now, the third group of people I have here is have to sell because they're caught in a financial problem or some kind of pinch. Sell your home. You know why? Because you can actually took out loans against your home, okay? This is probably a good time to see if you can pay that back, okay? And see if you can add a little bit more to see if you can have something left for yourself, okay? Don't wait for the market to start going down where people are discounting to sell your home. You have to sell when everyone is looking to buy, okay? And if you owe on the house and you don't see a way to increase your cash flow to get out of the situation you put yourself in, call a realtor, okay? We are here to help you to make sure everything goes well and put your house on the market. We have COVID techniques to help you do virtual showings if you have to. Don't sit at home and think that, oh, I can't do showings or I can't have people come to my house or I can't sell my house. Yes, you can. You can actually sell your house without anybody showing up. Well, I've seen it happen this past year, okay? We can do a video 360 tour of your home and you don't have to have people come in, okay? And everything else that goes along with it, okay? And that's the end of my video. I hope this helped someone to make up their mind or kind of like give you a little bit of direction as to what to do if you're looking to buy, depending on your mindset that you have right now in the Boston area and the surrounding towns. Give us a call if you need us. A link is in the description box to our website. Go over there, create an account, start browsing for homes, and someone will reach out to you, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.